welcome everybody to Tauke Talks. So Tauke Talks is a series of sharing session where we invite local Taukes to come and share about their journey and also their experiences in different topics surrounding entrepreneurship in Malaysia. So if those who do not know me and not familiar with who I am, my name is Cindy and I'll be the host of today's session. So this sharing session is brought to you by RYSE, a Malaysian research and social outreach project that empowers youth through entrepreneurship and employability programs. And RYSE is supported by Citi Foundation. So this year, we aim to highlight stories of Taukes addressing different issues or topics in starting and sustaining their business. We hope that this sharing session will encourage fellow entrepreneurs to continue to persevere in their dreams of building a business in Malaysia. So I think without further ado, we'd like to just welcome and also I'd like to introduce our two talkies of today, which is Hiem from Basic Zero Waste Store and also Adi from ADIAIDA. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, so to kick things off, I think the audience is also very interested to learn more about your story. So maybe Adi, you can start us off first. Just introduce yourself and also introduce your business, ADIAIDA.
Okay. Hi guys. Thank you, Cindy. Hi, Hiem. How are you?
Hi. Good.
Hi.
Good.
Yes. Okay. So just a quick introduction on what we do. Of course, I'm Adi. I am one part of ADIAIDA. Together with my wife Aida, we we have a carpentry business. Specializing in selected bespoke furnitures. But as of the past two years, we have slowly shifted towards providing woodworking workshops for various groups, namely the women community. And on the back of that successful introduction of woodworking workshops for women only, we also started then introducing workshops for duos. That means it's not just for women. So we started including and having male participants as well. And since our inception in 2016, we also do woodworking workshop for kids. And in 2018, and right up until the start of the pandemic, we were also in schools, facilitating after-school programs. As a carpenter, I do not have any professional qualification as a carpenter. And both my wife and I, we are self-taught carpenters. That means we taught ourselves the basics and all the fundamentals and all the techniques, using all the tools of woodworking on our own. Loads and loads of watching YouTube videos as inspirations to how to go about slowly building up a carpentry business. And it's been 7 years now, and we are where we are. If it was not for the, of course, hard work that we put into it, and also teaching ourselves every day to be, well, what we could say, to master the trade. Yeah. Yeah. So that's about it. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Adi. How about Hiem? Can you share a bit about Basic Zero Waste Store and your journey as well?
Okay. Thank you, Cindy. Hi, everyone. My name is Hiem. I'm the co-founder of Basic Zero Waste Store together with my wife Carrie. So if you have attended Tauke Talks before, she attended last time, I think last year. So this time it's my turn. Okay. So for your information, so Basic Zero Waste Store is like a grocery store that sells grocery without any packaging, promote eco-friendly shopping pattern habit. So and why we actually started this business is one day we actually went to a vacation in Sabah. So we come across a beach and full of plastic bottle, plastic bag. So the beach is covered by all those plastics. So by that time, then they think, how can this beautiful place covered by all those plastics? So then we started to think, should we start doing something to change the world? So we started to live like zero waste lifestyle. So we started to bring our bottles to refill detergent. We bring our jars to refill groceries like salt, sugar, like rice, red beans. So all these necessity lah, we try to refill as much as we can. Until one point, we found that there is no any zero waste store around our living area. So, and we think that it wouldn't be sustainable for us to travel like 20 km just to reach the zero waste store to refill our detergent, rice, any necessities. So then we started to think why the area we living we cannot have one zero waste store. So then we started planning like maybe starting from 2017. So until 2020, we found a suitable place for us to start this basic zero waste store, and then we just started. So we without really a lot of thinking lah. So we just switched from our professional line. I am an accountant lah. So and my wife Terry is a chartered secretary. So I'm a chartered accountant. We have been in this professional line for like 10 years lah. So we have our own accounting firm also, but we are not really into that business anymore. So now we are more to like living a healthy lifestyle, zero waste lifestyle, and try to promote this zero waste lifestyle to as many people as possible. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for
Nice.
sharing the both of you.
Nice.
It was very insightful. I think I got a little bit insight of the journey, more into your journey. For the audience that is tuning in, if you're interested to learn more about ADIAIDA and also Basic Zero Waste Store, maybe you live nearby them, you want to do a service with ID, or you would like to go and hop onto the journey of zero waste, please do check them out on their socials and also their website if you have any, if you want to look for more questions or you want to follow up on what they're doing. All right, so I think we can move into the actual sharing session on your journey as entrepreneurs. Could you guys just share a little bit about your experience in your specific industry? Because I understand that Hiem, before this, you also had the lifestyle, and Adi, before this, you also dabbled a little bit into carpentry before being a owner. So can maybe, Hiem, you can start off the sharing on how you started your lifestyle and how it actually encouraged you for this business. Yeah.
Okay. How actually I think just like I mentioned why we actually really started the zero waste lifestyle. So actually we started zero waste lifestyle because there are really too much plastic bag so too much, but they are actually they can be reused everything they can be reused. So we started. So once we started, we found that the refill culture, the refill habit is actually very convenient, and you don't have to think of like, oh, I have to throw away this plastic. I don't know you all have come across this kind of situations. Are you maybe you go back to your mom home and you open the under sink
Yes.
cabinet, then you see a lot of bottles, glass jar,
Yeah.
and all these like all those ketchup bottle oil bottle when we want to throw this away, we feel like so sayang. But we keep that, we don't use them anymore. So it's like a waste lah. So we slowly switched to like try to refill starting from detergent, then we try to refill food. Yeah lor, because we and very one thing we feel very comfortable with zero waste lifestyle is actually we go to like we go to, because I live in a condo, so every time I have to throw rubbish, I have to go down to the basement. So now actually since we started zero waste lifestyle, actually we go down to basement maybe once a week or twice a week. So we don't have to go down every day. Yeah. So it saves us a lot of time. We don't have to manage waste. Waste management is a very time consuming process I would say. Every day you eat, you finish your things, then you have to tapao all the rubbish, then you go down every day. So imagine you like staying in a very high density condo. So everyone is doing the thing at like 8 o'clock every night. So everyone queuing for the lift. So this is why we enjoy, and then we like really happy because some of the people they might think zero waste very fun. So why do I need to bring all those bottles to the supermarket or to a jewelry store to refill lah? So they just go with two hand empty, then they go, then they bring back all the bottles. But for us, it's like really convenient lah. It's like really convenient. That's why we switched it lor. And also I don't really like accounting lah. Maybe that is another thing. Yeah, we feel really tired lah. I'm not sure whether any audience is like in the account or field or auditing field. We have countless of deadline and a lot of things to do lah. So the requirement, the regulations updated every single day maybe. So we have to keep ourselves updated. We feel it's like it's not our lifestyle lah. It's not the way we want to live our life lah. So we switch lah.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. How about you, Adi? Your experience in carpentry?
Yeah, actually, starting the business, it was never really something that I really thought about growing up and all that. And even when I started working after schooling and all. I had prior to woodworking, or prior to discovering woodworking, I was in advertising for 5 years. So handling clients, I understand how him would feel when it comes to accounting. So he's done the accounting and having the long hours, and I've also gone through the long hours of just at the back and call of our clients, making changes, doing designs and all that. So that was a good 5 years that it took a whole chunk of 5 years out of my life just doing advertising. So then when I decided to move along from advertising, I decided to really not do anything that is very office or desk oriented. Then I discovered by chance also an NGO that built houses for the orang asli, which was Epic Homes. So I volunteered with Epic Homes, and it is during my time in Epic Homes that I met ADIAIDA. And when we met, then we were together volunteering in Epic Homes, and then we suddenly fell into woodworking. It started off with just like over free time in between builds, because I was basically a volunteer master builder with Epic Homes. So in between house builds for 2.5 years, I would just dabble into woodworking on the side, building small projects, just watching YouTube and trying to replicate and understand the techniques, and putting all those techniques I see from viewing into practice, and trying to get myself better at it. A lot of mistakes, of course. The first few projects were like atrocious, I tell you. They were not really square. Some may not even stand on its own. But everything's a process. So it was during that time in Epic where we just started building for ourselves, for family, for friends, and then we discovered that this might be something that we wanted to do. So sometime in around October 2014, while I was still volunteering with Epic Homes, I somehow landed myself my first job. It was a solo job, so it was the first job. It was quite overwhelming, because it was not a job where I just needed to replicate a piece of furniture. It was something I needed to design, I needed to pitch, and of course we're doing all the costing and getting it all approved, because it's like a corporate client. So it was quite overwhelming, but it was fun. So it was my first job that I got. So together with ADIAIDA and a few of our friends, we undertook the project. It turned out really well. Not the easiest of tasks, but it did turn out well. And then from there on, ADIAIDA and I decided to let's give this a shot. It was not really something that we really put a lot of forethought into it. There was no planning. There was no business plan that we needed to pitch to anybody and all that. It was even starting the business, we were like bootstrapping. That means we used a bit of our own savings, and then we had help from family. We had an uncle that loaned us some tools, which took a load off from how we started, a load off from our shoulders, because of course, if you're going to go into something like this, it's capital intensive, in which you need the equipment in order to produce the furniture, right? Yeah, so we were quite thankful that we had that. We had an uncle that helped us out, and family helped us out along the way. And yeah, so we always knew that we didn't want to depend on anything external. So bootstrapping was the only way to go. And then it also allowed us to slowly grow the business and organically grow the business. You know, so we can have everything still within our control on how we wanted the business to evolve. Yeah, so that was how it started. It was a chance meeting, doing something we loved together, volunteering, and then it blossomed into what we have now today.
Okay, thank you. I think it's very sweet for me to hear, because both of you start a business with your wife. So it's unintentionally we didn't invite you because you start a business with your wife, but somehow we got both of you in for this panel. I think that's very nice to hear. I think my question would be like to talk about did your experience, let's say, because you like him, you had a zero waste lifestyle before this, and Adi, you had experience in epic homes. Did it give you guys confidence to kind of start your own business? Because you guys mentioned that we didn't really think much, we just go into the business. So I want to listen more about like whether the experience actually gave you guys more confidence.
Is it okay if I go first?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Like I said, it was something that we just jumped into. So we're not really for me or ADIAIDA. We're not like the textbook startup, where you go through your business plan, you've got your 5-year financial plan, you've got your 5-year business plan, you go to the bank, you pitch, you get your loan, your startup loan and all that. So it was not that. Our past experiences it did lay some foundation. But prior to starting our own woodworking business, both of us were coming out from our respective NGOs that we were attached with. Aida was with another NGO and I was with Epic Homes. But moving into this, it was a lot more passion, but it's more self-belief. And that we both believed that we could do it, and it was a leap of faith that we both took on. So to be honest, it was scary. And as a business owner or an entrepreneur, the both of us and co-owners of the business, there are challenges every day. Yeah. So nothing really prepares you for all this. You can learn all of it, but in real life situations, the experiences that you go through, the years that you have under your belt, are really what prepares you for what may come as a business owner. Textbooks, school and everything, yes, you can read it up. But how you relate it is how you take what you know and solve issues as you come. As business owner, it's not always just like smooth sailing. There are a lot of firefighting, of course, management, and issues and maintaining that. So yeah, I don't know whether I strayed too far from your question.
Yes. But it's in the right track. It's in the right track.
But it's true. We went in again a lot of things. First time entrepreneurs, business owners, so we had to learn that on our own as well. And of course, because we are also craftsmen, we had to learn the craft as well. So trades of the craft. So the learning process for us was quite steep, and it was on multiple fronts. Starting the business, managing the business, managing the skills, because we do not employ, and we are our own employees. We are also our own employers. So we are both the craftsman and the business side. So if you have, like in a traditional business that provides services, so you've got the service side and you've got the business side, we are both. Right. So yes, no matter, we were not prepared. We were not prepared, as in like, we went in not half baked, of course, no. We knew that we had the skills to make it happen. But we had to learn a lot along the way. And I think that's one of the many ways of venturing into on your own. Yeah. So that was ours.
Okay. Thank you so much. How about you, Him? Your journey with
for me, I think it's roughly the same lah, but having a zero waste style is totally different from owning a zero waste store.
Okay.
So you so the experience, we love the experience, but we don't know how to actually make people have our experience like us, so they enjoy zero waste lifestyle. So actually it's also very hard for us when we started. We actually, it's quite hard actually until now. Our store is still young, I think 1.5 year. So we are still struggling. Honestly, we are still struggling with the costing, with the sales, with the traffic. But this is something actually we learn. We learn in the process. Actually, when we cannot do like this, then we change another way. But we are actually quite lucky, I would say, because I'm in the field of accounting. So for those accounting, how to set up a business, do the budgeting, I can do lah. So but last time I used to do for our clients. So do for ourselves is also totally different, because yeah, because when we do a budgeting, so we just last time when I do for the clients, so we just put whatever figures is reasonable. So because we cannot see the future so whatever reasonable is reasonable. So but now when you do for your own business, it's totally different, because you every day you see the figure, this is not enough. We are not reviewing like 1 year later or 1 quarter. We actually reviewing the sales every day, because we are there every day. So today only 2% came to our store. So it makes us like a little bit down because when we first started, our store is actually set up at a high density condo. So our thought is like there are 1,500 units at least, because and we are not selling like rocket science, very niche market. We are selling necessities. So is our first idea is actually to bring convenient zero waste to all the people, but end up actually it's still very difficult to change shopping habit lah. So people are so used to like going to Speed Mart or any other shopping center, so which they think is convenient for them. They just go, then they just buy whatever they want. They don't have to like think, because zero waste when you first started zero waste lifestyle is actually quite difficult, because you have to plan what are you going to buy. So you have to prepare the container what you want to buy to fill in. So and then you have to confirm with the store, do you have stock? So everything is like you have to plan quite the planning phase will be very long but when you go to shopping, it's actually quite fast for me. So it's the habit So when we first started, we thought we are actually a grocery store, but after we started, then we are like it's an education rather than a grocery store and my past experience actually really didn't like help in this business It's just really we believe in zero waste lifestyle. Is actually enjoyable and happy and can save the earth. So that's why we try to promote it. And yeah, actually our past experience doesn't help in starting a business So because accounting line, we are like a back office. So every time is what we call that I also forgot. It's we analyze historical data.
Yes.
So it's very different So when we analyze historical data, already make loss what we can do? We cannot do anything. So this is what we tell client. So like if you make a lot of profit, you have to pay tax. It's already passed so you have to pay tax. There's no way to reduce anymore unless you tell me on the spot when transactions happen. So it's totally different story So into retail business, actually the pace is much faster compared to back office professional services. But another thing is actually we are still maintaining two businesses, our accounting firm and this zero waste store. So we balance off the risk So at least if the zero waste store doesn't perform well in maybe the one more year, so we still can survive with our accounting services. yeah, this is our plan now.
Okay.
It's good. It's good that you've got that as well. You're not all in, so you don't have your all your eggs in one basket. So that
Actually, starting this year, we are giving all in lah. Starting this year,
yes
we are shutting down our accounting firm. I think maybe
yeah.
in the future 1 or 2 years lah. So we are scaling down. So we are yeah.
I can I get what you went through. I can really understand that. It's a bit harder when you're doing zero waste, because it is not just coming up with the store, because you have your physical store, but it is about the lifestyle change, right?
Yeah.
The education part. So
Yeah.
if that doesn't go on, right, then your business is there stagnant. So
Yeah.
I understand. It's a lot more like a bit I can relate to, like how our custom furnitures was like, right? So we needed to for it's not something that everyone wants or everyone needs, but it is something that we try to share with clients or with people, that this is something that you can make your own. So if you have a space that is, or you have a nook in your house that that if you try to fill it with something that's aftermarket, it may just be odd, right? So that's where bespoke furnitures come in. So it really makes something intended. So it's like you have a piece that is intended for that. But that is also the issue, is that because there's always IKEA, right? So
Yeah.
yeah. So like you would have like the Tesco's, and you've got the 99 Speed Mart down the road, right? So at the back of our minds, like there's always IKEA. But I mean everyone's got to carve out their own. So like yourself, you're slowly doing that. So that's nice. It's an experience. It's a journey, right? It's a process.
Yeah, it's a process.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think you guys mentioned a little bit about like how you have other competitors like IKEA or like 99 Speed Mart. So how did you guys actually, as new business owners, right? Because your industry is a bit niche. How did you kind of use that your experience and how niche your market is to convince people to buy your product or buy your services? Maybe Him, you can start first.
Okay. How can I convince? Actually, it's very hard for us. I mean, in the past 1.5 years, actually, I didn't really convince anyone because I believe that it's their choice It's their choice. We table all the impact of this plastic single use. Actually, we are not really talking about plastic Actually, we are talking about single use packaging. So something that you actually use only once and stay on the earth for 400 years. So actually, we are also trying to reduce food waste. So actually, in our store, we have eggs pre-order So actually, every week, every 2 weeks, so you pre-order your eggs. So the eggs come fresh, then you eat fresh. So instead of you going to supermarket to buy those eggs on the shelf, maybe sit there for 1 to 2 weeks at least. So it's their choice We already told we try to tell our customers, but sometimes the belief they have is so strong. They believe that they when they buy the eggs on the shelves, the eggs are fresh, and with the expiry date, they believe the expiry date. So some of our customers actually they came and try some of our products, and actually their feedback is actually, really, how come your products is the eggs are really different from the supermarket or anyway, and it's bigger or fresher. The egg, how the texture, the taste is really different So it takes time. It takes time to change. Change It's actually, it takes time to change the person belief, because now the what we call that the marketing by all those big brands, they are already inside our brain for so many years. So
conditioning.
They promote you just buy, the price is cheap, you buy. But how often we actually finish a bag of spices? actually, when you go to supermarket, you buy a chili powder, 100 grams. How often you finish totally 100 grams? I think never lah. In my life, I think my mom never. It's like she went to buy 100 grams, then maybe just for 2 meals. Then after that, the chili powder sit there forever, and they don't feel like want to throw it away some more. They keep it under sink lah, in the cupboard, everything. So this is the waste lah. This is the waste actually we are looking at lah. So other than plastic waste, this food waste actually is a food waste lah. So it's like you keep there for 2 years, cannot eat. So it's a waste. You buy 100 grams, then you use only 5 grams. You wasted 95 grams. And there are so many people in the world die of starving, So we have to rethink everything lah. It's not because this environmental thing is a very big topic lah. So we as a small business owner, so we are not scientists lah. So we just trying to promote this and let the consumer have this awareness, so that they change a little bit of their shopping habit lah. So in zero waste, actually we always talk about, like, we don't need a handful of people doing zero waste perfectly. So actually we need millions of people doing it imperfectly. Maybe today you go to shopping, you just bring your recycle bag. Then this is a very good action already for us. It's a very good one for the earth already. So you don't have to really don't use any plastic, don't use any waste, don't make any waste. So yeah, this is what we're trying to promote lah. So but it's really hard lah, because the big brand, all those big brand, the marketing, the what we call the economists call this consumerism lah. So they put in all this marketing, all this branding, so they make people actually they buy, they buy more than they need lah.
So it's slowly convincing your customers one by one when they come.
Yeah. Okay. It's quite hard lah. It's quite hard lah. It's really hard to convince lah.
Okay.
Yeah, because nowadays the in modern world, I'm not sure you all know or not, you all notice or not. Actually, in the pace of living is very fast. Yeah, you don't even have 30 minutes, or not 30 minutes, 30 seconds to look at even one post in the Facebook, or one piece of paper, the information newspaper. You can't. They just can't. So when they come to, when they first know of this zero waste, they feel like, how come so mafan? The impression straight come. I need to bring my own container. It's like so difficult, So it takes very long time. It takes very 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 long time. So but we believe that this one zero waste is going to we can make it lah, because there are more and more climate change lah. So as we can see, Malaysia is the last year and the flood is the first time lah. So I think more people, they will have because last time no impact. For us, it's like if the climate change can't impact me, then it's none of my business lah. So now I think they start to feel the impact lah. So because when people clean after flood, it's like those plastic rubbish, but then they still throw back into the river.
Yeah, but I think to what you said, I think that there is a general shift in the public, especially with the working class, that there is a slow realization that this is a new lifestyle that slowly a lot are slowly adopting, right? So I think you are heading. I think the market is there, and it's a growing market for you. Zero lifestyle with ADIAIDA, and I also try our best to adopt as best we can at home, and even in our processes in the workshop as well, but not in terms of like you say, reusing plastic bottles and all that. But I mean, like in our processes, we try to be a bit more sustainable in the type of material we use, wastage and planning and all that. But I think we Malaysia, just to zero in, I think we are slowly heading that direction.
Yeah.
That is that shift in realization to that kind of lifestyle.
Yeah,
And even
zero
the
waste is still new
supermarket,
in Malaysia lah.
yeah, zero is still very new. If the shops are very far and few in between, and the closest to us would be in SS2 or Shah Alam. You know, you are in where are you?
Mangsa Maju.
Wangsa Maju, yeah. If you're a bit closer, that will definitely frequent your shop. Yeah, but I mean, yes. Yeah, I totally understand. I totally understand the hurdle that you'll be going through. But I think that is light at the end of the tunnel. I think with the pandemic and everybody cooped up at home and all the home deliveries, everybody's got all the bottles piling up, all the containers piling, all the Taupao food, all the plastic containers all piling up. I think slowly everybody would slowly shift towards that, you know.
Okay.
So
how about you? Sorry. How about your experience, Adi, with like woodworking? Since it's it wasn't a common thing when you guys first started, right? Having woodworking. How did you actually convince people to kind of join your dual workshop, or convince mothers to send their children for like classes, things like that?
To be honest, because of the lack of credentials in terms of qualification as a woodworker, so we are not professionally trained and all that. So a lot of it had to be the work we put out. When it came to furnitures, it was a lot more work that we put out and word of mouth that got us going. We did not have a physical store where we could put furnitures up. We had people just coming up to us and saying, "Hey, can you build this for us?" You know, and of course, at the start, we didn't have enough references of our own or portfolio of our own to show. So it's a lot of people putting faith in us. So I think it was a lot more apart from, because we had to learn the skills. We had to grow the business. We had to do the marketing. We had to do pictures or whatever. We had to go to market. We needed people to know about this. So it was a lot that we had to handle. So I believe that how we started, as we learned the skill and as we started growing the business, I think a lot of it boils down to relationships and how we maintain relationships. You know, over the years we've had, and it has grown to be a fact to us in the sense that we've had returning customers coming back asking for small pieces and all that. So a lot of what carried us, right, apart from our own perseverance and our own will and want to learn and better ourselves, were the community around us. You know, the people that put faith in what we put out, and of course, not everything started off perfect. Even now, not all the pieces are perfect, you know, but it is we've made it our own, so that it's our style. So we've somehow fallen into a style that people are familiar with. So when they come and asking for a piece of furniture from us, they basically know what to expect if we were to design it. So it has grown. So ours was not an exponential growth. We were not in and immediately had ourselves known to the world. We had to go through so many things just to get ourselves out there. We went to markets. So during the day, we will be building in the workshop. Then once a week, we'll go. And any opportunity for us to go into a craft market, we would go. And most of the time, it's not so much for, of course, making sales, but it's a lot more for people to get to know us. I think growing the business as a carpenter, I mean, we are in a niche market where there are a lot of artisanal carpenters, and everybody's building the same kind of types of furnitures. Of course, there may be differing styles, but nothing really distinct out there, because a cabinet's a cabinet, right? Unless you go right into it and then you look at it from a microscopic point of view, then you see the details that people put into it. But at the end of the day, a cabinet is a cabinet. So I think what differs and is really how we interact with our clients, we interact with people, you know, and then how we try to understand what their needs are, and for us to build and slowly incorporate some of what they like into the pieces. When it came to the workshops, we started our workshops with teaching kids. So obviously, you know, teaching kids they are the toughest clients around, right? So you've got to be on your toes. You've got to be creative. You've got to keep them engaged every 5 minutes, because after 5 minutes it tapers down, and then you've got to somehow elevate it again to a level where you can continue woodworking with them.
Yeah.
Right. So yes. So that's how it started. It started with kids, and then woodworking. Then we've done. Then it was a lot more from 2016 when we started to maybe on 2019. It was a lot more woodworking for kids. So we enjoy woodworking with kids. We enjoy their energy, right? And it's always fun. It's always a challenge, but it's fun nonetheless. When it came, then we wanted to introduce our workshop series for adults, and we wanted to go in where it was relatively new when it came to woodworking workshops, because you had other craft workshops. You had pottery and all that. So woodworking wasn't too popular then. Not many around when we started, and then we wanted to start it very specific. So we wanted to cover a small niche for ourselves first, and then grow exponentially. Like how we grew our business. It's like we always find our niche and then grow organically. So we do not want to. It's something that I normally say, that we do not want to bite off more than we can chew. So everything is always done within our means, and maybe 10% more. So we don't overstretch ourselves. So we know there's a general direction that we want, and then if we were to push ourselves, it will be 10% more. So we do not overstretch.
Yeah.
Right. So getting the workshops was a lot more providing the experience. So that is what we, because yes, there is the technical part of it, of all our workshops when it comes to kids or women, or even our duo adults for couples or for pairs. There's always that technical part, and then you cannot run away from the technical part. If you're going to teach them the step by step, then you go through the step by step of woodworking. But it is what we believe, Aida and I, that is the experience, and that is what we want. That is, I think, how we slowly engage the public. Is the experience. It's how we handle the workshop, the delivery of the workshop. How it is not just you come in and then you just build. We'll teach you step 1 to step 10. You build, you finish, and then I'll see you. Thank you very much. No, it's not like that. It is, yes, we have the 1 to 10, but then in between you got the 1.1 where we talk. It's a whole experience. It's not just coming in for a session where you just build and then I'm your teacher, I'm teaching you this A to Z, done. You're gone. You finish your building and then we're done. No, it's not that. It's a lot more the experience. Yeah. So that is how I'm not sure how other workshops do it, but that is how we do it. And we put a lot of emphasis on more the experience. As opposed to, and of course, the technical part of it, the takeaway, the technical takeaway from it, and of course, completing the project and bringing back the piece of furniture that you built, and it's all that is all packaged into one 6-hour session with us. So it's a whole thing. Yeah. So that's how I think how we made it. Hopefully, and hopefully from here on.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting to hear how both of you actually talk about that your business is the foundation is experience, right? Experience from the audience, experience from everybody else, and it's very interesting to see that not only your experience in like woodworking and basic zero waste, but also your background in accounting and advertising exchange really helps support your business, which is very interesting to hear. I think a lot of us here have passions and hobbies, of which you guys also had a passion. How was it different for you to kind of start a business with passion? And would you recommend other people who want to be an entrepreneur in the future to kind of take that passion and turn it into a business?
Well, for me, you can start a lot of things on passion. But passion is something that can deplete also, So you cannot. Passion is not something that drives the business, and that's the passion only cannot sustain the business, right? Passion allows you to take the first step. Yes. And passion will somehow keep you footed throughout your process, throughout your journey. After a while, a lot of things will become mundane. A lot of things will become clockwork, will become routine. Right? And of course, you have to always zero in on what made you want to do it at the start. So yes, passion is there, and passion is something that is there to reboot you every time. Every time when you
It's a catalyst of your business.
Yes.
Okay.
But passion alone cannot sustain a business. You have to put in everything else as well. You got to put in the hours. You've got to put in the sacrifices that, of long hours. You've got to put in sometimes putting up with external factors. Not all clients are your perfect clients.
Yes.
So you'll be meeting a whole array of different kinds of personality in your business, in whatever business that you do, right? And then somehow, and in running the business, and when the business comes to a point where it somehow automates, right? I mean, it runs on its own, so you know your cycle and all that. Then it tends to become also mundane. So then you need to reboot yourself. If not, you're just going to fall into it. And when you fall into it, then you do not, it will stagnate.
Yeah.
Right. So the passion needs to be there, but it is not solely the fuel of the business. Right. It's a lot of other things, but passion allows you to kick out of a routine, kick out of when when your business has stagnated, or because with passion, then you need to elevate, you need to move on, you need to branch out, or step up. If you're gonna be stagnating at a certain level, sooner or later it might taper down. It might taper down, and you might find yourself in a position where it is going to suck the life out of you.
Yeah.
And you do not want that, because you're an entrepreneur. You're not working for someone else. If you're working for someone else, if the 9-to-5 job is taking its toll on you, you can always put in and look for greener pastures. Right? But when you're so invested in the business that you're in, right? Financially, emotionally invested into the business, it is not something that you can just close and start anew. Then the process starts all over again.
Yeah.
So so that's how it is. Passion, yes, but it's not the sole fuel to a successful business. It's a lot of things as well.
So I'm assuming your answer is yes and no. You can start a business with passion or without. Okay, great.
Yeah. Start a business with passion. Passion allows you to know what you want to do. But when you do it, you've got to also take into account a lot of other things as well.
Yeah, understand. Right.
It's like passion is your first step.
Yeah. Okay.
In charting your own path.
Yeah. Okay. How about you, Him?
I totally agree with Adi. So we believe, me and my wife actually now, we are in the 30s okay, so now I'm 35. So after a few years starting business, the previous accounting one, now the basic jewelry store. So actually we believe in do what you love what you do lah. Okay.
Exactly.
So at the same time, like Adi said so passion itself, it won't bring a successful business lah. Or we say actually you cannot sustain a business by only passion lah. So maybe for example, like I think everyone loves traveling, vacations, everyone loves this. So if I can make traveling as a business, so then I can do what I love what I do. So everyone enjoy. But is it really that case? By just you love traveling, then you can make traveling as your business? Yeah, it's no lah. So the answer is definitely no. So actually, a business involves a lot of processes, functions like accounting, back office, front office, sales and marketing, production, supply chain management. So actually, we cannot like you, because you love traveling. It's just maybe one part of the business. Yeah, you just love. But who are going to pay for your air ticket, your hotel? So But with today's world, social media, the internet world, actually, whatever passion you can make it into a business. Because when we look at YouTuber, Instagram, actually, some of the we call it KOL lah, actually. So key, I don't know, key of to know what lah. Okay, so the one is actually they are making their hobby or their like what they love to do into a business, a money making business lah. So, but I don't think it's easy lah, because Malaysian kind of thinking, actually we always like when we talk about KOL, we actually think that they are not good, they are not doing very productive things. Actually, this is not what I believe lah. Okay, because I think they really put in a lot of effort. Like if like they love traveling, so some of the YouTuber or Instagrammer, actually they put in a lot of effort. So when you look at their blog or vlog, actually you get a lot of information like which
They're
part
selling experience too, right? They're selling
they
experience
give
as
you very
well.
good experience. So when you want to travel, then you look for their opinions. So but maybe some of them because this really need a lot of skill lah. Passion itself doesn't make a successful business a sustainable business lah. So you have to sometimes you also have to do something you don't like. So like myself, I don't like accounting, but anyhow, zero waste store, I still have to do the accounting for the zero waste store, because I can't afford to hire someone to handle the account.
Yeah.
So I have to do myself. So I don't like to do marketing. I don't like maybe you using Instagram. Okay, I don't use Instagram. So after we start, actually no choice. We have to learn. So you have to do, you have to sacrifice, like what Adi said. You have to sacrifice some of the things, do something that you don't like to make your passions to be a successful business lah. So another thing I would like to add on is like because when I first started, my parents actually don't encourage lah. My parents never encourage their children to do business one, because they believe in working. So 9 to 5 work, you stable, you get your salary enough. Okay, and you are an accountant, you should make good living already. Why so hard open this kind of shop? So if you really want to do your passions, because I believe nowadays quite a lot of people also say, actually we cannot use passion as occupations, or you start a business with your passion, because nowadays we heard a lot of like my kids love to play games. Can play games become a business? So yeah, because their kids, their passion is to play games, or like it's play game lah. Because last time you don't have game you don't have like now the game is very accessible lah. So anytime, anywhere you have internet, you have phone, you can play. Last time we play video game lah. So as long but we need to have a TV and have you must be at home only you can play. Now you can play everywhere. You can play bus stop, in the Grab. So it still go back to the same lah. So if you want to become a successful game player, actually it take a lot of hard work also lah. It doesn't come like, oh, I love playing games, then I wake up play games, then until like 12 o'clock don't eat, then you let your mom or your parents take care of your everything lah, your meal, ask you to bath lah, brush your teeth lah. So this is
need a lot of sacrifice still.
They are not sacrificing. Yes. So as I said, my parents didn't encourage. They don't like. They show face. They show the unhappy face every time they come to my shop. Okay. So but I have to take care of myself lah. So I didn't take any money from them. So I have my own house. I take care of all my daily expenses. So actually this is the basic things you have to take care of yourself. Then only you turn your passion into a business lah. So you cannot be like I love playing games, so other things you don't have food, you don't have enough water, then you don't have money to pay your electricity bill, then you still say you want to chase your dream, but actually you are dying. You are dying because without your parents, the third party taking care of you, you actually maybe die in 1 to 2 months because you don't have the money to pay your own bill. You don't even have the money to pay your internet. How are you going to play games?
Yeah, but taking calculated risks,
the
is it?
basic things you have to take care lah. So you cannot be like I chase my dream. It's like then you feel yourself very great, like shining. So
Yeah, just to add on. I mean, like I do not want to deter people from wanting to become entrepreneurs, right? Yeah, passion, yes, it is something that is your first step, but you have to also understand that yes, it is a very romantic notion that that you're chasing your dreams, that you're working on your passion, and then you're charting your own path, your own growth, your own journey based on what you love doing. Yes, it is very romantic and all of that, and there is nothing wrong in doing that, but you have to but there will be real world situations that you've got to go into, that you'll be experiencing. Passion, like I think like him and how I also stated a bit earlier, right? Passion is not gonna be something that will sustain you, but definitely passion will moving towards what you're passionate about. It's never a wrong thing. It is never a wrong step, right? But you just have to understand that everybody just has to understand that passion alone is not gonna make whatever venture successful, right? But chasing your dreams, doing what you're passionate is definitely a good move. It's always a good move, right? Provided that you must prepare yourself for what may come when you chase that.
Yeah. Also, it's like everything in life we have risks, right? So we have to just take calculated risks even when you want to be an actor, right? Yeah. Thank you so much, both of you, for sharing. I think we can move on to the last questions before we get to the pre-submitted questions. The last question for me is that can you guys give one tip for people who want to convert their hobbies into a business or convert their experiences into a business? Just one tip from one of you. Maybe him, or I think you can both start. Anyone can start first.
Him.
Okay. So I think the only one tip is start small. So every step you take, every decision you make, is a small decision. So along the way, you can adjust very fast. You don't like one you like it's like I want to start a farm. Then you dump in $500,000 to buy the land. So yeah, this is a very big move. So make your move very small. Every small move counts. Actually, yeah, really. So you earn the experience throughout all the small steps. That even you make mistake, you can adjust very fast. You don't have to like because when you make a big move, actually you have a big loan. So once if the decision is wrong or not so unfavorable to you, so you cannot adjust anymore. So in the start, take small step. Take small step.
All right. Thank you so much. Adi, for you, maybe you can, any tip of how do you sustain your passion? Just working every day doing that, how do you sustain? Maybe a tip.
Sustaining passion, sustaining creativity. Well, I think in everyday life, I think it's something that everybody will go through. I don't know. I think in order to sustain creativity or sustain your passion, I think when you are in a cycle, or when your business is running, or even your daily life, I think you've just got to slowly inject short burst of what made you want to do it. Like I can give you an example. Like in between this is from my personal experience of running ADIAIDA with my wife. In between workshops and all that we do, preparing for workshops every weekend and all that. In the workshop, in order to sustain, I would carve out maybe a certain amount of time where I would just do a small project. you know, that allows me to escape that. So I'll take on random projects like recently I just took apart a radio and I just made a new wooden housing for it. You know, it's just plastic radio and I just took it apart. And so I think it is about um keeping it alive without getting it really don't get too drowned into what you're doing. Yes, there is a bottom line and there is a business that you need to make out, right? You need to make happen, right? And a business to run. But that doesn't mean that if my passion is in creating things or making things, then I should just maybe afford myself that small slot to just keep that. Apart from that, keeping it alive, for me, we do take on jobs that really pushes the creative side of it. But if it's one tip, it is that you've got to keep yourself true to what to what started it all, right? And I also agree with what Him said, as in taking small steps. That is very important. Do not overstretch yourself. I think that is a very good tip as well, and that is something that we try to do on our own as we build our business. Is to take small steps. Like I said, that if you grow everything organically, and that if you were to push yourself, just make sure that it's still within reach, right? And that because you need to push yourself. You can take steps and you can move on. Growing yourself takes steps, but then you also must inject some push as well. But you don't want to overstretch yourself, right? So I truly I can relate to what Him just said. But in keeping the creativity alive, in keeping the passion alive, because like I said, passion is something that you need to do to reboot yourself if you're come into a cycle. You need to. So what can you do? So it's always falling back to what made you start it all, and just remind yourself that you're in it for that also. You know, that thing is still there somewhere, and then you just have to keep it alive. You know, if not, it's just gonna be a cycle, and you'll just be floating in it. Yeah.
Understand. Thank you so much, both of you, for answering all the questions I have about your experiences. I think it's a great time to move on to pre-submitted questions and Q&A. So a reminder for the audience, if you want to ask any questions, you can just send it in. No matter how big or how small the question is, please do ask. Before this session, someone actually asked, which is quite fitting for this session, is how do you face your self-doubt in being an entrepreneur, even with your experiences?
Well, it's a good thing that I've got a partner in the business. So it's so my wife and I. It's so when it comes to like self-doubts, there's always each other to look towards, and one will always be there to remind the other. It's a good support system as well. So I've been very fortunate to have her as my partner. So it's something that it's a good support system, and it's an inbuilt support system. Right, it is not a support system that we need to look externally, so that we are there for each other. And of course, we share the responsibility, we share the liabilities, but we also share the joys of it as well. So when it comes to dealing with self-doubt, if any, unfortunately for us, self-doubt is not so much a problem for us. It's a lot more running the business in real life situations, right? But in events that there are some low periods, especially during the MCO, we look towards each other. So we are fortunate enough to be in a partnership in that sense, to be working together. And they say husband and wife can't work together. I think it's not. It's everything's a process. You any relationship, something you get out of it whatever you put into it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So this partnership is good. So we have each other's backs, and then we keep each other in check. She keeps me grounded because I can be quite idealistic sometimes, and I most of the times I have my head in the clouds.
Yeah,
but
she's the logical one.
Yeah, she is, and
Okay.
so in dealing with self-doubt, yes, I'm fortunate enough to have a partner in my business. But going out there, just explaining it, just putting it a bit further for those who are starting out on their own, right? You will come to a point where you'll doubt the decisions that you've made to the point where you're at, especially where you've hit a wall or you're going through a low period, right? And of course, if you let yourself be, you will spiral downwards in that situation, right? A good support system is very important, right? So if you do not have an inbuilt support system in your business, like unfortunately that I have, but then there's all these family members, friends, seek out from within your circle. A good support system is very important, even though they're not related to what you're doing. Right? So when you're working on your own and you're starting out on your own, self-doubt is all part and parcel of it. Right? You do not realize that when times are good. Right? Everything fades away when you're doing well. But what happens when times are tough? Like what we've experienced the past 2 years. So it is during that time that you start questioning everything. It's the what if. The what if is always the one that will bring you down, right? So what if self-doubt, all this negativity is going to happen. It is gonna. No one is gonna be free of it. In anything you do, whether you're working on your own or you're working for someone else. But more especially when you are starting on your own. So a support system is something that you need to. You cannot be closing yourself off.
Yeah.
So you've got to build yourself. You've got to encapsulate yourself with a strong support system, friends, family, and for all you know, when you're venturing on your own, it is the least expected person that you encounter. Maybe that support system that you need. So that as a business owner, in my experience, I've been fortunate enough to have a business partner. So self-doubt is something that can be rather easily dealt with. But for those starting on your own, you need to build a solid support system. Do not try to do everything on your own.
Understand. Thank you so much. How about you, Him? How do you keep motivated through self-doubt?
If I say how I keep myself motivated is I always thinking of leaving accounting field.
Understand. Okay, so one is the wife keep you supported. One is your passion for getting out of accounting field. Okay.
Yeah, so there are two doors. One is to accounting, then one is to something that I love doing. So definitely I will choose whatever it takes whatever it takes. So whatever it takes So and we also set a time frame So during those bad time, when we first started 2,000 sales or 1,000 plus sales per month, so which is very hard. But we set a time frame if like maybe 2 or 3 years we cannot make it, then we might think of like doing the zero waste business the other way So we are not giving up. So we already expect So this is a very tough journey. A lot of difficulties because we have no retail experience. We don't know how to sell things. We back office for so many years. So, but I'm not sure. I don't think I have a lot of self-doubt on this because first I believe zero waste lifestyle is going to benefit human and the earth So it just take time. So you need to meet a lot of people. So because there are people that don't like zero waste, but there are people who really like. So you just need to like keep yourself next. So every time until now, we are still taking a very small step. So every time we take small step. So we don't feel like when we make one decision is wrong, then we feel very down, because every decision we make is a very small decision. And we didn't invest a lot, really that it's not like hundred over thousands into this business. So we started really small. We started like maybe we started off with maybe 20 products only in store the first month. Then we slowly add up. Now we have like I think 300 to 400 lah. So we in a period of 16 months lah, so 16 to 18 months. So it actually takes a very long time to grow our product base also. So you can imagine like everything we add on, we excite or add on, and when we find the suitable supplier, then we add on, we slowly add on everything. So it's like we don't feel like really down that time lah. So because even the 2,000 sales at the beginning, because we only have 20 products ma, so can make 2,000 sales, it's a really very good result. So maybe that is the other reason why we like seldom have this kind of self-doubt, because we really believe zero waste is going to benefit everyone. And eventually more and more people will join us because we actually have a mission to have a zero waste store set up at like maybe every neighborhood lah. So actually we have this vision, because zero waste lifestyle is not going to be practical if it's like far from you.
Yeah,
so
it
as
is too
long
niche,
as
right?
you have to drive 20 minutes or 30 minutes, it won't worth your time anymore. It will feel like, because you are not like bringing like, let's say you are like not going to Tesco or any supermarket to buy things. You just freehand you go. So you have to prepare everything to go, and then you have to drive 20 minutes. Then you have to bring all the containers in a basket with a trolley from your car. Then you wait for refill. It takes a very long time. So if it is not convenient, we believe lah. But there are some people that say zero waste is nothing to do with convenience. So but this is, for us, we believe zero waste have to be convenient. And after we started, actually, when we talk to more people, actually, it is a convenience thing. You need to bring zero waste to the people, instead of you keep asking people to come join you. So you have to bring the zero waste to people, instead of like, how can you don't refill? Then people say, I have to wait 30 minutes to just refill my detergent. So it's very hard to change people lifestyle in that way. So we are trying to bring convenience, bring zero waste to more people, and this is what we believe lah. So even though they shut us down, we nothing to lose lah. We have nothing to lose. We are doing good things to the earth, to ourselves, to the next generations. We are preserving the earth. So we are quite motivated lah. So so the only problem, maybe we just need to get some money to pay for our bills. So
the technical things.
Now we still struggling, but we are figuring out lah. We are figuring out along the way lah. We will do lah. I think, right. And we believe only what we say like the only situation you feel is when you quit lah. So as long as we don't quit, we won't feel lah. So we start small, we just do whatever we can. So we just sustain our life and make this business sustain as long as it can lah.
Yeah, I think that was a nice quote to kind of end this whole entire session. Thank you so much. I think because we're short on time, so we've already answered most of the questions. Thank you both of you for like being here today and kind of take time to share your experiences in entrepreneurship to all the youth that's watching out there. Now we'll just show the slides one more time to show the social media handle. So once again, for those who are interested in finding out more about ADIAIDA or Basic Zero Waste Store, please do check them out via their social media or their website. If you really want to come and support them, please do. They are great people, as you can see through this whole call. So I hope this entire session really helped and inspire all of you out there. I mean, I really truly inspired. I think one of the takeaway that you guys can learn or take away is that even with experience, it does not guarantee a successful or an easy pathway for entrepreneurship. And each entrepreneurship journey is special and individual for the person itself. And I hope this actually encouraged you to take your passion, of course, with calculated steps, to kind of make it into a business if that's what you want for your future. Yeah. So thank you so much, Adi, and also Him for talking. Just a reminder one more time, this is Tauke Talks, brought to you by RYSE and supported by Citi Foundation. So if you're interested or you've enjoyed this session and you want to learn more about entrepreneurship, our next talk is actually talking about content creation. So Maggie and Mars have experience in their social media and been doing a lot of like IG story, IG reels on their business. So if you're really interested to learn more about content creation in general for a business, please do sign up via the bit.ly at bit.ly/pt content creation. The session is next Friday as well. Okay. Yeah, and if you're interested to start your own business and just want a small basic on how to start your business, RYSE has launched RYSE Online 2022, which is an online course on the basic of entrepreneurship. So you can learn it at your own time. It's not like a live session, it's a recorded session, so you can go and learn about the basic of entrepreneurship to give you a kickstart in starting a business, or if you just want to learn something new, please do go and register. It's bit.ly/RYSE Online 2022. And if you submit a business plan and a business pitch at the end of the course, you get a chance to win cash prizes as well. Yeah, so thank you everyone for being a part of today's session. If you'd like to find out more about Tauke Talks and what we do, please do go and visit our Facebook, Instagram, and also YouTube. And if you want to watch this session again, if you need some inspiration or some motivational boost, please go and check out our social media as well. Thank you everyone for being here today, and thank you Him and Adi for being a part of this.
Thank you. Thank you for hosting us.
No worries. Have a great night, everyone. And I hope I'll see you at the next Tauke Talk session. Bye, everyone.